told my family I was quitting my cushy desk job to join the circus. I've been at my current job for 7 years and I love it, but my family is convinced that I'm wasting my life away providing services for the homeless for low pay. Every single Christmas, my aunt asks me stupid questions like, "You've been at this job so long, aren't the homeless gone yet? No wonder you're basically working for free when you can't fix them." Meanwhile, my parents wrap up college brochures with my real presents by accident, trying to convince me to go back to school for a degree that isn't in English. "Don't you want to go into computer science? That's where the real money is," my dad would ask, his mustache bouncing with every gruff word. When my cousin put an ad in our local paper reading, "Job wanted for secretary who gives her handouts to other handouts. Nothing that requires thinking, please," I lost it. If they wanted to make fun of my career choices, I was going to give them a career choice that would knock them silly. So at Easter dinner, I waited until everyone was gathered around the ham and scalloped potatoes before I stood up and clinked my glass with a fork. "I have a big announcement," I said, watching every head turn toward me with eager expressions. "I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, and you're all right. I need a career change." My mom literally put her hand over her heart like she was about to cry happy tears. "I've accepted a position as a trapeze artist with a traveling circus. I start training in Montana next month, and I'll be touring North America for the next 3 years." The fork my dad was holding clattered onto his plate. My aunt's mouth fell open so wide I could see her back molars. "A trapeze artist?" My mom whispered like I'd just told her I was dying. "It's called aerial acrobatics, actually," I said, keeping my face completely serious. "The pay isn't great at first, but once I master the triple somersault, I could make up to $30,000 a year plus free circus peanuts." My cousin started choking on her dinner roll. My uncle had to pat her back while she coughed and sputtered. "You're going to swing from ropes for a living?" my dad said, his voice getting louder with each word. "This is even worse than the homeless thing. At least that was on the ground." What happened over the next 6 weeks was absolutely incredible. My mom called me every single morning at 7 to tell me about job openings she found online for administrative assistants and marketing coordinators. My aunt sent me a 20-page packet about the dangers of circus work, complete with statistics about trapeze accidents and a highlighted section about performers who fell and broke every bone in their bodies. My dad showed up at my apartment 3 separate times with printouts of coding bootcamp programs, refusing to leave until I at least looked at the websites. The best part was watching them try to be supportive while clearly having internal meltdowns. My mom told her book club that her daughter was joining the circus, and apparently one of the women asked if I was running away from something traumatic. My cousin posted on social media about how proud she was of me for following my dreams, but then my aunt commented underneath asking everyone to pray for my safety and sanity. My dad started telling people at his golf club that I was becoming a professional athlete, technically not lying, but definitely not mentioning the circus part. I kept adding details to make it worse. I told my mom I'd be working with lions during the floor show. I mentioned to my dad that my stage name was going to be the Magnificent Celeste, and I'd be wearing a sparkly leotard covered in sequins. I even printed out fake training schedules and left them on my coffee table when my parents came over, complete with things like practice backward flips into safety net and learn to apply stage makeup in moving trailer. Then came my birthday party at my parents' house, and I knew it was time to end it. Everyone was there with these forced smiles, probably wondering if this was the last birthday before I disappeared into circus life forever. My mom brought out the cake, and my dad stood up to make a toast. "To our daughter," he said, his voice shaking a little bit, "who's always been brave enough to chase her dreams, even when those dreams involve flying through the air 40 feet above the ground with no health insurance." My aunt actually had tears in her eyes. My cousin was filming the whole thing on her phone like she was documenting my last normal family gathering. That's when I started laughing so hard I nearly fell out of my chair. Everyone stared at me like I'd completely lost my mind, which I guess from their perspective I had. "I'm not joining the circus," I finally managed to say between gasps of laughter. "I'm staying at my job, the same job I love, the same job helping people that apparently embarrasses all of you so much." My dad's mustache twitched. "Nobody mentions my job anymore."